Atmos Energy is a great example of how the market values a high-quality regulated utility. It's less about flashy growth and more about rate-based compounding, regulatory visibility, and interest rate expectations. Let's start with the present. Your chart shows Atmos around $186.80, and that lines up with where it has been trading recently. In fact, the stock just closed at $186.79 and made a new 52-week high, extending a strong multi-day run. When a utility breaks out like that, it usually means the market is rewarding stability. Investors are comfortable paying up for predictable earnings, especially if they believe rates are no longer moving against the sector. Now look at the valuation framework on your chart. The normal value is around 15x, and the fair value is also 15x. That's important because it tells you something subtle. For Atmos, the market often treats it as a premium quality utility where the multiple is relatively anchored, and the bigger swing factor becomes the earnings path rather than dramatic re-rating. So the key question becomes, can Atmos keep delivering consistent EPS growth to justify today's price? This is where the past offers the best lesson. The classic mistake investors make in utilities is ignoring the role of interest rates and financing costs. Even the best operator can see its valuation compress if yields rise and the market demands more income and less duration risk. In those periods, utilities can look safe fundamentally but still underperform because the discount rate is moving against them. The success pattern is the opposite. Buying these regulated compounders when the market is fearful, either because rates are high or headlines are noisy, and then getting paid as earnings visibility proves durable and the multiple normalizes. Now let's talk forward because that's what will drive this chart from here. Atmos has reaffirmed fiscal 2026 EPS guidance of $8.15 to $8.35, alongside CAPEX guidance of about $4.2 billion. That's the utility playbook. Invest heavily in system modernization and safety, grow the rate base, and earn an allowed return through rate cases. And longer-term investor materials have highlighted a path for substantial rate-based growth through the end of the decade, which is exactly what supports multi-year EPS compounding. So what's the takeaway from this valuation slide? At around $187, Atmos is priced like the market already trusts the growth plan and the regulatory setup. The upside comes from clean execution, timely rate recovery, strong project delivery, and a supportive rate backdrop. The downside isn't demand collapse. People will keep using gas. It's valuation pressure if rates move higher again or if regulatory outcomes delay the earnings bridge. In other words, with Atmos you're buying a predictable compounding story, but at today's level, the stock needs continued execution to keep earning that valuation. Let's go straight into the risks for Atmos Energy, because for a regulated gas utility, the biggest risks are not about demand collapsing overnight. The real risks are regulation, financing, and operational execution. The biggest risk in 2026 is regulatory outcome risk. Atmos relies on timely rate cases and constructive decisions on allowed returns and cost recovery. If regulators slow down approvals, push back on requested ROEs, or delay recovery of major investments, the earnings bridge can weaken, and utilities get punished quickly when the market loses confidence and visibility. Closely connected is interest rate risk. Utilities are long-duration cash flows. If rates stay higher for longer, the sector's valuation multiple tends to compress, and Atmos faces higher financing costs on new debt. Even if operations are steady, higher interest expense can eat into EPS growth, especially during a heavy CAPEX cycle. That leads into the third risk, CAPEX execution. Atmos is investing heavily in system modernization and safety. The risk is cost inflation, contractor constraints, or project delays that increase spending without earning returns as fast. In regulated utilities, timing matters. You want CAPEX to convert into rate base and earnings efficiently. Operational and safety risk is also critical. Gas distribution has high consequence events. Even if rare, incidents can trigger regulatory scrutiny, higher compliance costs, and reputational damage. That kind of tail risk can weigh on valuation. Another risk is customer affordability and political pressure. As utilities raise rates to fund infrastructure upgrades, bills rise. If affordability becomes a bigger public issue, regulators can become more conservative, which feeds back into allowed returns and recovery mechanisms. Finally, there's longer-term structural risk. Electrification trends and policy shifts can create uncertainty around long-run gas demand. This is not a 2026 collapse risk, but it can affect how much premium multiple investors are willing to pay. Atmos's 2026 risk is a regulated finance and execution story. Tougher rate outcomes, higher financing costs, and CapEx/safety execution can slow EPS growth and compress the valuation multiple even if demand stays stable. Now let's flip to the opportunity side, because with Atmos, upside is not about a sudden growth spike. It's about reducing uncertainty and compounding regulated earnings through a long runway of infrastructure investment. In the short term, the biggest opportunity is simply constructive, timely rate outcomes. When a utility has a large modernization program, earnings depend on how quickly investments are approved and recovered in rates. If Atmos continues to get solid allowed returns and efficient recovery mechanisms, that improves visibility, and visibility is what keeps a premium valuation in this sector. Second is the interest rate lever. Utilities are extremely sensitive to bond yields. If rates fall or the market becomes more confident that rates have peaked, the sector often re-rates higher. That can lift Atmos even if the underlying business doesn't change much, because the discount rate applied to future cash flows drops. Third, there's opportunity in execution speed. If Atmos delivers projects on time and converts CapEx into rate base efficiently, EPS growth can surprise to the upside, not because demand explodes but because the utility math works better. More invested capital earning a regulated return with fewer timing delays. Another near-term lever is operating efficiency. Regulated utilities don't have infinite margin expansion, but they do have levers in O&M control, workforce productivity, and outage management. Small improvements matter because the earnings stream is steady, and regulators tend to reward consistent reliability and safety performance. Safety modernization itself is also an opportunity. Every year of strong safety and reliability reduces tail risk and builds regulatory trust, which can translate into smoother rate approvals over time. Long-term, the opportunity is rate-based compounding. Atmos has multi-year programs for pipeline replacement, system modernization, and resiliency, and those investments are often policy-supported because they improve safety and reliability. That creates a long runway for stable EPS growth. There's also optionality in the energy transition. Natural gas demand isn't just residential heating, there are industrial and process heat uses that are harder to electrify. And over time, if renewable natural gas or hydrogen blending becomes more economical, Atmos could participate without needing to reinvent its business model. So the upside framework is steady, policy-backed infrastructure investment, constructive regulation, lower rates supporting valuation, and disciplined execution that keeps earnings compounding, which is exactly how a premium utility can deliver long-term total returns. Now let's look at analyst sentiment for Atmos Energy, and the message here is clear, mostly neutral. We have one strong buy and one buy, but a large 11 holds with 0 sells and 0 strong sells. This kind of rating profile is typical for a regulated utility trading near highs. Analysts generally like the business quality. Atmos has a predictable rate-based growth story, but they're cautious on the risk-reward at the current price. In other words, good company but not obviously cheap. The high number of holds usually reflects two concerns. First, utilities are very sensitive to interest rates, so upside can be limited if yields rise again. Second, a lot of the growth is already visible and priced in through the capital plan and rate cases, so analysts want either a better entry point or a clear catalyst like lower rates or faster than expected regulatory recovery. So the takeaway is stable and respected but viewed as fairly valued, with sentiment more about valuation and rate sensitivity than about business risk.